What's happening, guys? Well, today we are leaving Devil's Backbone Adventure Resort, cabin number 24, which you can see is very nice. And we are on our way to the Rock House Trail system, with our first goal being the Hatfield Cemetery. To visit Devil Anse Hatfield's grave, which I think is really interesting. But man, we have had a calamity of errors on this trip. It's been a mess. So right when I got home from the last video, right when I pulled into our cabin, the clutch cable broke on the quad. And that was day one. So I ended up spending some time and seeing if the Hatfield McCoy Facebook group could be of any assistance, because they are like on top of stuff in that group. So if you're planning a trip out here, absolutely join that group. And we're going to be hopping on Trail 59 here. And they were. So I talked to a gentleman at Renegade Outfitters and ATV. Let's see what this says. Okay, apparently we're going this way. So we got to kind of figure out how to get out of here and onto the trail. So this is actually the trail. Oh, we're going this way. Okay. So yeah, this resort is right on the trail. Their driveway is actually part of the trail. But anyway, Renegade Outfitters and ATV got in touch, and he said, hey, I can make you a cable. Probably should have shifted down to second. And he did. Charged me $8 and maybe a cable. The unfortunate thing was, the same day, actually it was the next day I picked it up, the unfortunate thing was the ends of the cable, in order to fit in where the clutch lever and the clutch pull is, there can't be an end. And if I have a picture, I'll throw one in right here. Yeah, and unfortunately the cable that he fixed for me had ends, so it wouldn't work. So I ended up, Miss Stacy found that, I believe it was Rocky Mountain, had a Motion Pro cable, because we found out that nobody could get me an OEM one overnighted. So she found a Motion Pro one and overnighted it to the cabin. Cable was $9.99. It was like $40 shipping. But anyway, saved the day. But the problem that ended up happening was there was 2 days in between. And I completely forgot how the cable was routed through the motor. So I spent a good half a day, which should have been a good, I don't know, maybe hour and a half job, figuring out how to get the damn cable back in. And once I got it in there, she fired up and ran like a dream. There's a cemetery back down there. Get too hot for that, so hopefully the audio is still good with this up. once I got the cable in and adjusted and all that, we were good to go. So, out of 4 possible days riding, I'm gonna get 2, and 50% is better than nothing at all. And the moral of the story is, I got to spend time with my lovely wife and my beautiful daughter that I otherwise wouldn't have got to spend. And we did some awesome stuff. No entry, okay, I assume they're all talking about that way. Extremely sensitive area, keep out no exceptions. Must be some type of wildlife habitat or something. Oh yeah, get up there, baby. How they like to hide hill climbs around turns here. But anyway, we went on an airboat ride yesterday that was freaking fun as hell. Hannah loved it. And I'll throw in some clips to that here if I have some. I think Miss Stacy got some good ones. Check that out while I get up this hill. So hopefully we are going to wind up at the tunnel. If we are going the right way. Which I'll probably stop and check. But I'm so psyched, man. That's the biggest repair I've ever had to do on the trail. Like, granted, yeah, it wasn't like on the trail, but with the limited amount of screws that I brought, or the limited amount of screws, that too, I didn't bring any screws. With the limited amount of tools that I brought, that was pretty much the most extensive repair I've had to do out here. Away from my garage. And that clutch is just so buttery. I need to work my hands in. My hands be tired, y'all. So we are either going to wind up at the tunnel for Rock House, the tunnel to go to Rock House, or we're going to wind up at Bear Wallow. The goal is to get to Rock House to go to the cemetery. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see where we wind up. Gonna be sad either way. At least I'm out riding. I had kind of almost resigned myself to, all right, well, I was gonna get one riding day out of a week-long trip because we weren't gonna be able to find a cable. And you know what, I just kept telling Stace, you know, for me it's better to know that I'm just I'm not gonna be riding, and let's plan some other cool stuff to do, rather than the sort of anxiety of not knowing. And being like, well, maybe I can ride, because I have pretty bad anxiety just as a human. Oh, is that another trail? No, that didn't go anywhere. Yeah, pretty bad anxiety just as a human, and for me it's better to be able to make a plan, and I don't necessarily have to stick to the plan or anything like that, but just knowing, like, not being like, ooh, maybe I get to go ride, maybe I get to go ride, you know, and then like, oh man, I can't go ride, kind of the disappointment. I'll tell you, this quad's ready to ride. This is a beautiful trail though. And I'm still I rode around the cabin grounds just a bit, just to make sure that the clutch was gonna work, which it did, but I wouldn't say it's fully tested. You guys good? Hello, friendly people. Thing that I've learned about West Virginia, and this is a big one, the people here are so nice. Like, not even just around the trails, you know, where it benefits them for monetary gain, just everywhere. Like, you guys know how Miss Stacy and I do. If we go somewhere like this that's got like touristy areas, we avoid them like the plague. We want to go see the people. We want to go eat the real food. We want to go see the things that the tourists don't get to see, you know. Like, yeah, we'll hit some of the, you know, overlooks and stuff that everybody goes and sees. But in the end, like, what we've been doing this trip is, like, Hannah has not been wanting to nap because she's in a weird place, right? So she'll nap in the car because she's strapped in and she has to be settled down to be in the car seat. And we'll drive, like, all right, we're going to dinner. If she falls asleep on the way to dinner, we'll find a cool looking road, small little 2-lane road, and just drive down it. And that has worked out so well. Oh yeah, that has worked out so well this trip. We found like 4 or 5 just amazing back roads that we never would have seen, that just go up through these beautiful mountain passes. You know, some of them have no paint at all. The weird thing is, and what I've been telling Miss Stacy was, like, there's not any national forest right here, so there's not a whole lot of dirt roads that I could find. And also my concern is, if we did find some dirt roads, that they turn into, like, you know, trails, like nasty trails. And I'm like, you know, and my new truck. I'm like, I'm willing to drive that truck down some stuff, but, like, I'm not a 4-wheel drive off-roader, so I have zero experience with that. Like, on these little things and on the dirt bikes, like, I will do whatever. I'll do Black Bear Pass. That would be a nice little launch going the other way. But yeah, you know, like, it's not national forest, so it's not going to be, like, maintained. Is that me squealing? Oh, it's that guy. What's going on? Y'all okay? Y'all alright? Okay. Interesting. Whatever. I thought somebody crashed or something. It was a weird place to stop. I forgot what I was talking about. That happens when you're having fun riding. Wow, this is just gorgeous out here. There's beautiful trails. There's not a whole lot of scenic overlooks. There's a couple on the map here and there. But the trees don't open up a whole lot like they do in Colorado. So you kind of can tell that there's pretty over there, but you can't, like, see it 100%. So if you're coming down here to do sightseeing like that, you might be a little disappointed. Whoa, ruts and ruts and ruts. I'll stop, you go. Okay. Thank you, sir. So that's what can happen out here. It's why you gotta stay on the outside. Stay on your side. 54 and 60. We should probably take a little stop right here and see if we're on the right track. But I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes.